Welcome to this video about one of the most powerful stories in the Bible, Elijah's journey in the desert. Imagine a man at the height of his prophetic ministry who has just challenged kings, called down fire from heaven, and proven God's power to an entire nation. But suddenly he finds himself fleeing to the desert, exhausted, depressed, and questioning everything. This is Elijah, the prophet of fire, facing the hell of the desert. And the most surprising thing, it was God's silence that saved him. Today we will delve into this narrative from the book of 1 Kings, chapter 19, and discover lessons that can transform our own crises. If you have ever felt abandoned by God in the midst of chaos, this video is for you. Let's begin with Elijah's rise. To understand Elijah's desert experience, we need to go back to his peak. Elijah lived around 870 BC, during the reign of King Ahab and Queen Jezebel in Israel. The people had turned to the worship of Baal, a pagan god of fertility and storms. God called Elijah to confront this. First, Elijah prophesied a 3.5-year drought that devastated the land. He was sustained by ravens at the brook Cherith, and then by a widow in Zarephath, where he even resurrected her son. But the climax came on Mount Carmel. Elijah challenged 450 prophets of Baal. Let's see whose God answers with fire. The prophets of Baal danced, shouted, and cut themselves all day. Nothing happened. Then Elijah rebuilt the altar, sprinkled it with water 3 times, and prayed. Fire fell from the sky, consuming everything. The people prostrated themselves. The Lord is God. Elijah ordered the death of the false prophets, and the rain returned. It was total triumph. Elijah ran ahead of Ahab's chariot, full of power. But Jezebel swore revenge. May the gods kill me if tomorrow I don't do to you what you did to my prophets. Elijah, the man who summoned fire, now fled in terror to the desert. Why? Elijah was human. After the spiritual high came exhaustion. He felt fear, isolation, and doubt. This reminds us that even the greatest heroes of faith have moments of weakness. Elijah fled to the desert of Beersheba in southern Judah, leaving his servant behind. Alone, he sat under a broom tree, a thorny and solitary tree, and prayed for death. Enough, Lord, take my life, for I am no better than my ancestors. He was at rock bottom, depressed, physically and emotionally exhausted. But God did not abandon him. An angel touched him. Get up and eat. There was baked bread and water. Elijah ate, drank, and gained strength to travel 40 days and nights to Mount Horeb, the same mountain where Moses received the 10 Commandments. On the mountain, Elijah hid in a cave. God asked, "What are you doing here, Elijah?" He replied, "I have been zealous for the Lord, but the Israelites have rejected your covenant, torn down your altars, and killed your prophets. I alone am left, and now they want to kill me." God told Elijah to leave the cave. A strong wind came that split mountains, but God was not in the wind. Then an earthquake. God was not in the earthquake. Then fire. God was not in the fire. Elijah expected dramatic manifestations like on Carmel, but nothing. Then came a gentle whisper, a still, small voice. It was God in the silence. Elijah covered his face and went out. God repeated the question, and Elijah gave the same answer. But now, God commissioned him again. Go back, anoint Hazael as king of Syria, Jehu as king of Israel, and Elisha as your successor. I have reserved 7,000 faithful men in Israel. The desert was Elijah's hell. Loneliness, doubt, exhaustion. But it was there that he learned that God is not only in noisy miracles, but in the restorative silence. How did God's silence save Elijah? First, the silence forced him to confront his pain. In the noise of the world, we ignore our wounds. In the desert, they surface. God used this to heal him. Second, the silence revealed God's true nature. Elijah wanted fire again, but God showed that he is sovereign in the subtle. The whisper brought clear instructions, restoring Elijah's purpose. Third, the silence prepared him for the legacy. Elijah was not alone. There were 7,000 faithful men. He anointed Elisha, passing the mantle over him. Without the desert, Elijah might have given up forever. Applying this today, when God seems silent in our crises, job loss, depression, loneliness, He may be saving us from burnout, teaching us dependence, and preparing us for something greater. As James 1:2-4 says, trials produce perseverance. Key lessons. 1. Burnout comes after victories. Take care of yourself. 2. God uses silence to speak to us deeply. 3. You are not alone. There is a faithful remnant. 4. Get out of the cave. God has a plan. Apply this. The next time you feel like you're in the desert, listen to the whisper. Pray, rest, and trust. If this story of Elijah touched you, like the video, subscribe to the channel for more inspiring biblical content and activate the bell so you don't miss anything. Share with someone who is going through a desert right now. In the description, there are links to Bible studies and resources on Christian mental health. Comment below, what is your current desert? Let's pray together for the community. Thank you for watching. May God bless you in the silence.